energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144, chosen of the chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth, all my chosen ones, the chosen of the chosen few, the third degree chosen ones, all of that good stuff. The star seeds, the light bodies, all that are aware um, of this works that we're in. I greet you all from my heart to yours. As usual, it is Celestial Earth here in the divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from 5D, and I do mean live, live. So I'm in my live vibe right now. I decided to finally share a live. I wanted to do it from the new moon, um, but with pushing time and having to deal with other things, it just gets pushed back out of space, out of time in this time space reality. So I wanted to share this space with you. Peace, love, and light. Whoever is coming in, I'm just giving it some time for you all to get notified and come in, chit chat with you. I want to piggyback on the new moon in Virgo energy. I want to speak on some things that I may have brushed over. I went into everything, but I want to kind of touch base, go a little deeper into this Pluto shakedown, what it means to us on this grid, on this light grid, what needs to be done, what we could be doing. Is that Oracle? Hello, sister. From Oracle to Oracle, you know who you are. We know who we are. The true recognizes the true. So choo 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 and come on through because we living right now. And this is where I get to share the space with you all. This is what we all made it to the 1,000 mark for. So let's utilize and take advantage of this space and opportunity, this time that is within space, my time space keepers. So I want to speak more. I'm still on my Virgo vibe, y'all. I'm still celebrating my moon, my beautiful moon sign. Being in Virgo, and it's made its full lap around through all phases. So it's like my annual celebration of my moon starting anew, its new cycle from the new moon in Virgo. So, with that energy, sharing with you all. Oh, Virgo is my son. Hello, fellow Virgo in. I don't even know if that's a word. My fellow Virgo in. Virgin, Virgo in, Virgin. Right? So, I know this is your season then. Happy season. This is the month. If you get the calendar, you will see that this whole month is the Virgo month. It's the month of Virgo, which I name a set because those of you who listen to my calendar breakdown, instead of using the Greek names, the months are actually the houses or the seasons. And instead of using the Greek names, we're using back to Kemet, hence why it's called a return to Kemet. So I use the Greek gods, so to speak, names. So this month is actually the month of Aset, aka Virgo. So get you a calendar so you can see your Virgo month and what's going on in the Virgo month, right? So, yes, make sure you do. Remember, it's in the descriptions. I always leave and if I don't, you'll see it in a previous video. I always leave it in the video um, before, if you don't see it in the now video, where there is the information on how to get your calendar. Right, so come on in, let's chop it up. Let me see where spirit gonna take it, because I'm talking about this shakedown, but I feel spirit bringing something else in. So we're gonna see where it goes. But mainly with this Virgo season, I wanted to touch base on what we are seeing right before the Virgo new moon is Pluto. Pluto coming in, and like I call it the big shakedown. I may still do another video on it. I call it the big shakedown because I'm gonna say we really want to pay attention to Pluto retrograding back into the 29 degrees, the analytical degrees, 29 degrees of Capricorn, right? It's been dipping in and out of Capricorn ever since 2023. So I'm going to invite you all, because I know this affects everybody if they choose to pay attention correctly, right? Let's look at the little timeline of Pluto so we can see how it's shaking us down right now. I call it the shakedown because this is the last time it's going to be in this side of town at 29 degrees Capricorn. We will not reach here again for another 200 and something, however many years it take Pluto to make its full cycle around. It's going to move forward, right? So we won't see it at this point in our lifetime ever. Some of us, this is why I say with them outer planets, Some of us have chosen to come here at these particular times to take advantage of certain energetic boosts, certain angles of light that are going to be hitting and hitting our angles of light at certain degrees that are going to help us as we are transcending in our soul's ascension. I'm talking past lives, y'all. Like I'm not just talking your life right here and now. I'm not just talking here and now. I'm talking forever, ever, forever, ever. I'm talking our infinite existence. That part, right? So a lot of us, we don't want to lose this opportunity, right? You could choose to, if you want to, you could choose to lose or you could choose to infuse. But I would take this wisely, right? And this is a time, and you may hear some astrologers talk about it in a sense of like just this kind of lifetime, in the capacity, in the cap city of just this lifetime of, oh, you know, you it can go back and we're shaking down. Yes, the old worlds are crumbling, and it's giving you a chance to go back at 29 degrees and reveal what needs to be revealed, because that's what Pluto does. It's revelations through death to rebirth type transformations. That means something got to die. And so for a lot of us, that's a problem when we don't want to let go. This is why we got to work on our soul existence. This is why we got to do shadow work. We got to do detachment. We got to detach from our ego's attachment. We need accountability. There's a lot of deep soul exfoliation that has to go on in order to cooperate with these energies in its consistencies and the varieties that it exists in. You get my drift? And right? So let me see if I gotta look to see what you're saying. Yes. Okay, I saw that one. Infusion, I choose. That's what I might have to move. I gotta tilt it to see what you're saying. But infuse, I choose. That's what I'm saying. You gotta choose to infuse with the light, right? Hey, Starseed, I see you, Sharonda, one of our community Starseeders. Um, but yes, we have to take advantage of what the angles of light are telling us. So it's, as I was saying, it's not just this lifetime of Pluto having the revelations of the old, like tearing down the old paradigms. This is giving us an opportunity to shake down your entire, there's things that you have fixated in your soul that you have come over with, especially those of you who got a south node in Capricorn. Hello. If that's your south node, oh, this is the opportunity for you to shake that down. Please find out what your north node, south node is. If your south node is in Capricorn, this is a big shakedown for you too. All right. If you have sun in Capricorn, moon in Cap, if you have certain placements in Capricorn, there's something there that needs to be shaken down, meaning revealed. And when you get the revelations, what are you doing with it? This is why we're being carried back. And this is like a last call for alcohol. That's how I see it. Like last call for alcohol. I feel like that's what Pluto's saying. I feel like for one, it's like I could see Pluto holding people upside down like this, shaking out, shake down, shaking out every bit of everything in your pocket that you're trying to hide in your pockets, the things you're trying to hide in the pockets of your mind and in your soul. Pluto's flipping you upside down and being like, shake, 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 shake. Some of y'all getting dunked, dunk, 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 dunk upside down. Like, shake it out, get it out already. This is what you came for. But it depends on our level of stubbornness, right? Because some of us want to hold on to certain things. So I'm going to invite you, walk with me, talk with me. I'm going to invite you to look back. Go back into, I want to say where Pluto first dipped forward into Aquarius was in March of 2023. And if you think back, look at what, I want you to ask yourself, what was happening around March 2023 for all of you, for many different reasons. Something happened. There was shifts for everybody in their lives, but especially if you have certain placements in certain places, it works more tightly with you, right? But something happened with everybody. Why? Because not only did Pluto enter into Aquarius, as I've been saying, but Saturn entered into Pisces, right? So, and both of this was happening in March, right? Around the end of March, somewhere in March. And so there's this shakedown plus with Saturn, Lord of Karma. It's like the Lord of Karma into spirituality. I want us to look at that. That ain't no accident, right? That ain't no coincidence. It is the Lord of Karma in the house of karma, or the house of spirituality. So karma is being highlighted in the place of spirituality. That means look deeper into your spiritual existence, which means, yes, your multidimensional self, your multidimensional lives, your many lives, right? Karma, and I'm not talking that beat you up karma, karma being your gift of karma. Let me look at it that way. Let me say it that way. The gift of karma is being presented to you, to saying, here, I'm giving you the opportunity to find your wayward patterns, whether in this lifetime or previous lifetime. This is that opportunity. Here you go. So once you do that, once that has happened, that is acting as a, I don't want to say a catalyst, but like a co-joint, you know, partnership with Pluto entering into Aquarius, taking our revelations into the next level. It is revealing into us. It dipped us forward to reveal to us, okay, now here's the revelations for age of the Aquarian. It's helping us to enter into that Aquarian age. Pluto going into, there's no coincidence, going into Aquarius. It's like about time, right? We've already entered into the Aquarian age, but now Pluto sets the stage. And Pluto is saying, hey, now it's time to have these revelations. I gave y'all some time in Capricorn. We were closing out some things in Capricorn, right? For the past however many years we've been in Capricorn. I think since about 2008 or something like that. But we've been closing out some things. And so here we at the end of it. And now it's highlighting all this stuff in the final degrees, and then it dips into Aquarius. Now it's showing you, hey, as we move forward, here's some things you need to take care of. So it's almost like a clash, if you get what I'm saying. It's almost like a clash around March of 2023. There is a clash, and Saturn is its co-partner, you know, its co-joint partner with Pluto. So you have the Lord of Karma saying, yeah, and look at this. You know, while you, since you doing revelations, you over there doing revelations and whatnot, here you go. This is what they need to see. So there was this doubling up, so to speak, on the revelations. It was amplified. You couldn't not see it, right? You could try all you want to, but something was put in front of you. And for the most part, for most people who say they didn't see it, I guarantee you they were struggling with something. Something was highly agitating them, and they don't know what it is. They blame it on the world, they blame it on the person, they blame it on their job, they blame it on everything else, on the outside, on the external, because they chose not to look on the internal. They chose not to look at their soul imprint. This was a time where we should have pulled out our books, our spiritual blueprint, and say, let me look what's on the chart. Let me see what's happening right now. March 2023 should have been a time where everybody said, you know what? It's time to revamp some stuff. Let me look at some stuff, right? And if you chose not to, let me focus more back on Pluto. Let's say you didn't pay attention. March 2023, something was revealed to you. You chose to ignore it. Da 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 da. Life is life, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Life is life, and I'm gonna keep wifing. And we get to around December. Something happened in December that was like a preview to what's about to happen in January. Something was happening in December to let you know, hey, something's going on. Revelation, the revelation that you ignored around March, yeah, it's about to hit the wall, right? Because why? Now in January, the sun is going to meet with Pluto, which it has already done, meet with Pluto at 29 degrees, come together. The sun, what does that mean? The sun, which represents the outer world, is highlighting what you were ignoring. It's highlighting it and bringing it into the outer world. And then they both move together into Aquarius. So it's like the sun came with it to help it over. Like, let me help them out, because they wasn't seeing it before, right? So you were forced to see it in January. And depending on how you handled it from March until then, that determined how you received it in January. right? Because if you were being really, really turning a blind eye and, oh, I don't see this, and you just kept life in like you don't see it, oh, it came out very ugly for a lot of people because you chose to ignore. And I'm saying this not to be harsh, but be very true. You have to be accountable. That's accountability. And you were in the house of Set at that time, right? Or I may say the month of Capricorn, which is the month of Set. So, yeah, you needed to hold yourself accountable to these variations, to these deviations. I call them the deviants, the deviations that we set up in our life. And we chose to not pay attention to it. So then it showed up and it made it very, you stepped into a serious inconvenience around January. Just think around the January 15th through the 20th and the 21st. The Maherta frequencies hit on the 15th. And then by the 20th and the 21st, by the 20th and I think it was the 19th through the 21st, that was the whole movement with Pluto and the sun into Aquarius. So, now what's happening? And whatever happened, it's according to the degree in which you chose to receive or ignore the information or the revelation that you had gotten in March. Did you start to do something about it? Did you start to even prepare in your mind to accept the revelation? The harder you fought the revelation, meaning the more resistance you had towards the revelation, and the harder you fought to accept the truth and the reality of this situation, then the worse the situation was, right? And I'm saying on so many levels. And during that weekend alone, there were so many deaths. There were so many freak accidents. Like I remember someone telling me around that time they work in a hospital and they said they didn't know what was going on, but so many people were coming into the hospital. She said there were so many freak accidents like that weekend alone. There were so many killings alone. And some people may say like senseless killings, but see, when you understand the spiritual realm and you understand the energies, I'm going to be honest, I can't really say it's senseless. It's very senseful because it's filled with senses and sensations that people chose to ignore. So it is filled with the sensations. All the snakes represent sensation. All the snakes that were crawling around on the ground, biting people on their heels, like in the Bible story, right? It's biting us on our heels. Moses, what do we do? Now you want to cry to the prophet because your own actions, your own sensations that you chose not to pay attention to are now biting you on the heels of your foot, on the back of your understanding because you chose not to listen, right? So it's not senseless, and I'm not saying not making anybody feel bad. I'm being very truthful because some people who don't understand this kind of stuff will say, "Oh, well, it's like saying they deserve." No, but in a certain sense, I do believe that you do get what you deserve. We all get what we deserve, and not in the cynical sense, but it's because of our karmic existence and our karmic imprint. We truly get, it's a gift of karma that you get to get exactly what you served, because that is how you find the patterns. When you look at it like that, you see the gift. It's not a get back at you, but it's how you find the patterns. If these things don't come back at you, you will never find karmic patterns, which means you will keep coming back here lifetime after lifetime, and you will not have a clue. Those karmic patterns are your clue. Those are your blues clues. Those are your breadcrumbs. They're your cynical synchronicities, so to speak, because nobody likes the negative karma. You got to kind of look at it like your soul, your multiple lifetime synchronicities, their synchronistic lifetime experiences. That is your karma. So whether it's in this lifetime or multiple lifetimes, what you get in this lifetime, this is your karmic. And let's just look at this lifetime, the span between March of 2023 up until that point and up until now. If you chose to ignore what you ignored in March, there's some reactions. There's some karma there. But it is the gift of karma, because when it comes back around and it claps you, it's kind of like it's your alarm. It's your soul's alarm that's saying, hey, hey, right? Those of you are here. Oh, I see. Thank you for coming in. Those of you are here. I'm just hearing that If you get a chance, please press the like button so we can get the algorithms going to get to whoever it needs to hear. You never know. You may be helping someone who needs to hear this message right now, who's looking for some answers. Right? And that's what I do this for, to share as Spirit is giving it to me to give to you. So those of you who are here, go ahead and press that like button because I like and love you too. And I like and love whoever this is supposed to go to. And I want to make sure that they got the opportunity to get that as much as I can, as much as we can. Right? So this karmic gift is here to help us, find the pattern and be like, I got it. I got my Blue's Clues. Now I can do what I need to do with it. If you can't identify it, you're going to come here life. I don't think we realize how serious that is. We're going to come here lifetime after lifetime, keep cycling. And a lot of us specifically a lot of us star seeds specifically came to get it right this time. And I'm not saying it in a way that you never going to come back, because you don't know. You never know what you may be coming back for. But you want to at least do your part in removing a chunk of soot off of your soul, a chunk of your karmic imprint, what you came here to do. Like your spirit was like, man, I'm going at this time. I'm charting out this course. Here's my birth chart, da da da. We pick every detail of our life. This is a convoluted universe we live in, but it's true. We pick every detail. Oh, I'm coming during this time. During what? The age of the Aquarian. During what? During the time when the earth kicks into gear for the 5D expansion. All of that. I'm coming to be one of the pioneers for the 5D, because those of us who are living it right now, we are the pioneers. We are the ones lighting up the light grid activation. We are those ones, because we're not going to see the evidence, the full evidence of 5D until however many years. It's not in our lifetime. We're the ones digging. We're groundbreaking right now. And it all depends on how we live in our soul's existence. It's not about coming here to be a hero. It's about coming here. If you're going to be a hero, be your own hero to your soul. And it's here your personal journey, my personal journey, our personal journey is to unlock the soul codes. It is to remove the soot off of the soul. It is to unlock the karmic loop that we have been in as much as we can, to free up the capacity in our light, in our angles of light, because we're light bodies. And it's to free that up so that we open our souls that much more up, not just for when we come back, but also for those souls that are going to be coming through us, because we change codes for our descendants as well. So it's a whole lot of that is happening. We have to understand the many complexities of what's happening, right? So, and I'm saying all of this so we bring it back together and we really understand. Take another look at this Pluto dipping back in at 29 degrees, because it's not just about this lifetime. Oh no, it goes on and on and on and on. It's for that infinite lifetime that has come back from before, that has already been singing on and on, right? So it is really, I want us to really get our minds around this. Get your soul mind around this. Get your mind, your heart, the brain heart coherency, soul mind around the bigger picture, that it's not just about this lifetime, right? And it is helping you. You came for this time to get this shakedown, to get the revelations that you need to get for your past lifetimes as well, that you're saying in this lifetime, no, in this lifetime, I want to get this pattern. It's not so much I want to get it right to not come back. I want to get this pattern, because for some of us, we've been coming back and forth, and we like some can't get rights. It's like you can't, oh, I did it again. We come here and we live that lifetime, and then we transition, we go back into spirit and be like, shit, I did it again. Okay, let's go back. I'm going to set it up this way. Boop, 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 boop. And we come back. Like some of us coming here for that surefire guarantee right now, this time, to be like, I'm going to catch the clues. Right? And then we still playing around with it. So I'm saying it to those of us who stop second guessing yourself. Stop playing around with some old illusions. This is a time to shake down all the old illusions of multiple lifetimes and even the collective imprint from the patriarchal rule and those things that have been plaguing our lineage, which is the lineage we chose to come through. That's another complexity. But we're getting so many angles of light right now. So we in a need. I'm saying this so that we take this very seriously of what we're actually breaking, not just this lifetime. How many times? Some of y'all need to go to sleep. When you go to sleep, ask your higher self and your soul self, please show me how many times I've been here. Please show me the mistake. Because see, spirit want to show us, but only what we ask. Ask and it shall be given. You got to ask it. You got to look beyond the barriers and you got to ask. Like, look, tell me what I need to get while I'm here. Lightning. See, I ain't speaking out the side of my neck. Right? Thank you. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and light. I appreciate your appreciation of the love and light. I didn't realize it is for, yep, several lifetimes. Yes, it's multiple lifetimes. How many times have you been here? Ask yourself, spirit, higher self, what is the pattern that I need to be finding? Let me get it in this window of opportunity right here. We're in another window of opportunity, which is while Pluto is in Capricorn right now until November. This is the last shakedown. If you don't get it now, it's like I could almost hear the energies. If you don't get it now, good God help you. Good God, let God be with you. Because this is your window of opportunity for you to really look back and respect the multiple misappropriations and mishaps that we've been living in, not just in this life, in multiple lives. And not only that, through our lineage, through the ancestral lineage that we need to unlock. How much of that is those codes are still in our blood that we need to extract out of our DNA? There's certain codes in your DNA that if you did not find them, you did not extract them. Therefore, you are still living in the falsities of those codes. Shake that down. That's what when I'm talking about the shakedown, shake that down, because that is still in your blood. And it's like contamination in your blood, in your DNA. I ain't lying. Go ahead, lightning, light it up. It's contamination in the blood, right? So this is helping us. Go ahead, sound off. It's that Chango energy, that Zeus energy. I call it Oya energy when I see that lightning, but it's also Chango, right? That's that lightning. And it's sounding it off because it's truth. It's in the atmosphere. This atmospheric energy right now. The storm is a brewing, right? Let me see. Confirmation. Oh, okay. Says confirmation. Is that harmony? Harmony with divinity. I like that name. The divinity. Be and harmonize with it. And someone else is saying bless upon divine. Yes. Family, we got this. Yes. That's what I like. The attitude of gratitude. And yes, we got this. The negative evil ways. One will. I got to tilt up. I need my glasses when I'm out here at night. I be hiding from it. But ashe, ashe, ashe. Evil ways out. Yes, we need to get them out. Get out completely. So this is one of those times that we want to take the bigger picture and look at the holistic view of your soul. Don't just look at right now. Oh, I want to get out of this trouble right now. Oh, this trouble is the least of your troubles. This little right now trouble is the least of your problems. When you take the bigger view, when you zoom out and take a holistic view, see what I'm saying? Take a holistic view of your soul and look and be like, oh, okay. How many lifetimes? How many times have I been doing the same thing in different ways? I didn't get it right yet. Oh, this is the pattern that I need to be finding. This is the gift of karma. We need to stop being so quick. I don't like to say what we need to do, but stop being so quick to want to react to something. It takes a lot of discipline, but I'm telling and I'm asking you all, I'm inviting you all that when something comes up, please take a deep breath. And as you take a deep breath, cross that bridge from the physical to the spiritual. Cross that bridge from the external to the internal and go into the higher realms of yourself and say, you know what? What is this to me? What is this to thee on a higher level? I'm not even going to pit pat with this on some low level stuff. The issue that I think I'm having is bigger than that, right? Whatever it is, whoever it is. What I want you to do is look at the pattern in the situation. That's what I want us to find the key. In order, the key to finding it is finding the pattern. Ask yourself, what is the pattern in this situation? Why has it been, why is it always happening this way? Why is it always showing up in this way to me? That's how you know I'm speaking truth. Why is it showing me this particular thing? What is it? And the quickest way, if you want to quicken yourself to it, let me say this, and this is not easy to do. What is it that most annoys you about it? And whatever that is, that's it. That's the key word that you need to be looking at. That's the problem, the key word, and it's you. It's not the other person. It's not the situation. It's not on the outside. Those are just channels. Those are mirrored reflections. Life is a reflection of you, every bit of it. So when they're showing up, they're just reflecting to you what you need to see. Get over yourself. Get over the annoyance. This is what I mean by get over yourself. Get over your feelings. Get over your misappropriated feelings. Eve is your subconscious mind. Eve represents the feminine capacity, the feminine energy, which is your subconscious mind. Get over yourself, Eve. So quick to bite that apple and appropriate it. Nah, before you appropriate it, stop. Think about it. Yeah, I'm seeing what's happening. Yeah, I feel this way. Yes, I feel some type of way. Yes, that person did that. Yes, that's wrong. Yes, that's unfair. But do I need to react on it? Or is it here to show me something? That take a big gulp. Because a lot of us just want to react, or especially when we overly righteous and we're like, but that person's wrong. And you may be right. They may be wrong. But so what? The picture is bigger than that situation. You're going to miss finding the pattern, being caught up in that little hitch in the design. You're going to miss the pattern just being caught up in that little piece of thread. Let me put it that way. There you go. So stop letting that little piece of thread throw you off. Take the thread, tie your knot, cut it, snip it, whatever you got to do, and be like, now let me find a pattern in this. You know, and I'm saying this so that we make haste. We don't have that kind of time. What I'm saying to you is how to take advantage of that window of opportunity. So these next 2-3 months, while we're in Pluto is where it is, take the time. TTT. Take the time to look back. Look all the way back to March, right? And chances are, I'm saying March because this is where you will more likely see something. If you didn't see it before, you saw it in March of 2023. Look back to March. We're going to look at the trail of Pluto for this shakedown. Look at how Pluto started shaking us down. Look back again at what happened in January, right? Because it brought it to light. And then now, look at what's been happening through the rest of this year. From January, how have you been handling? How have you been grieving? Some of you have not been grieving how you need to grieve through the 4 stages of grief and come to a full acceptance until you realize that you have the gift of grief. Because the gift of grief, just like you got a gift of karma, the gift of grief is knowing that your loss came to show you something as well, that your loss came to show you a gain. The gift of grief is when you realize your death to rebirth transformation. Pluto. When you have a true revelation, right? There's the revelation that you get that's just revealing something. And then there's the true revelation when you can see the gift of karma, the gift of grief, the gift of death. That you're like, oh, thank you. Because if that didn't die, then this couldn't be born in me. If that old part of me didn't die, then I couldn't rise in this new beginning that I'm rising in right now. You start to appreciate, right? So I'm giving these views so that we understand. I'm highlighting this so you can kind of go back and look at what it is. You have the opportunity to do so. If you haven't done it already, you can utilize this window to go back and look. And what I want to say is, chances are, if you can truly find your pattern by retracing your steps, what I'm highlighting, what I'm sharing with you too, is something I've done in a workshop called, we do it with our solving of emotions. That's not what we call it. Unsolved emotions. Processing emotions. There we go. We do it with the tool we call processing emotions. And within that, we retrace. We do three things: identify, incubate, and integrate. And in each step, there are three more steps. This is how intricate it is, how detailed it is. In each step, there are three more steps. And in the first step, I'm just going to tell you about the first one. The first step, in the identity step, you have to retrace, review, and retrieve. This is all part of the identity. So the first thing is, you got to retrace. You got to go back. That's why I'm always about the Sankofa healing. You got to go back and retrace when you first noticed this or felt this, because it has a pattern. It has a thread that's connected to that. You got to follow the thread, right? So you retrace, and then when you retrace and you find it, then you got to review how you internalized it. How did I internalize? How did I not what you say at surface level, but go back in that moment and think about how you truly internalized it. And then retrieve is when you retrieve the actual word or the actual narrative that you gave it because of how you internalized it. And that is the true identity. A lot of us aren't really dealing with our problems because we don't truly identify what it really is at its deepest core. We give it an identity with our ego because we don't really want to dig that deep. Right. So like I said, I'm about that deep digging. I'm about deep soul exfoliation. So if you're not, you're probably not going to like what I say. And maybe what I say is uncomfortable to you. But this is how you get deep into your soul. Exfoliate that soul and let your soul glow. Right. So this is that big shakedown that I'm telling y'all about. Get involved in the shakedown. And what I wanted to say is, what you're going to realize is, when you truly retrace this, yeah, that's what brought me to breaking down this word. Maybe somebody needed to hear that part of the processing emotions. There's more to it than that, but at least a little bit that I just gave you, if you wrote it down. If you didn't, you can always listen back to it and write it down. But at least that little bit that I gave you can give you something to kind of work with when you look back at it, be able to identify and retrace whatever it is, right? And so what happens is, when you retrace, you may be able to see a longer pattern, not just what happened in March of 2023, but if you allow yourself to continue to unfold in your soul unfoldment, you may see a longer pattern. Like there's something else that stemmed from this. It might open up into other avenues of other things that you will be able to deeply see about yourself if you can at least catch this one. So I strongly advise, utilize this window while Pluto is in 29 degrees. And we having a lot of planets this year at 29 in the last, degrees. We had Neptune at 29 degrees. I believe it might still be in 29, but it might also, excuse me, hiccup. It might also be in hiccup, burp, all at the same time. Excuse me. It might be at 29, right? But what I'm saying is, all of these planets, even Uranus, they're all in the final degrees. So there's this grand, that thunder was heavy. So there's this grand finale that's happening. There's this grand, woo-ha finale that's happening with all these signs. And it's with the outer planets. You got Pluto, you got Neptune, you got Uranus. These are the outer planets. When these outer planets move, it's a big game changer. Like I said, for a lot of us, we're only going to see it in this lifetime. Neptune, the ones that's happening right now, that we're only going to see this in this lifetime, Neptune and Pluto. Neptune being where it is now in Pisces, we're not going to see this again in this lifetime. We're not going to have the opportunity to take right now with getting rid of the illusions into the next, before it moves into its next cycle. It's ending its whole cycle. The cycle that begins from Aries to Pisces. It's ending that complete cycle, right? Pluto is going into Aquarius. It's not ending the whole 12 gates cycle, but it is ending the cycle of Capricorn. It's ending coming out of the house of Capricorn, but not the full 12 houses cycle. But Neptune is. So that's another big hitter, and it has to do with illusions. So this window of opportunity is really helping us shake down these illusions at the same time before we go into before Neptune goes into Aries. And let me tell you something, I said this before, this is a very dangerous and slippery slope for those who are playing with their illusions and what they choose to continue to believe in the old paradigm, in the old DNA, in their ancestral lineage, in the old world. All of that, a slippery slope. Because if you don't change, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to think you changed when Neptune goes into its next house, into its new cycle. You're going to think you changed and you did not, right? And that's very, very scary for the soul. It may feel good in your human and in your flesh. You're going, oh, this is good. I feel new, some new stuff going on. It's like, liars onto yourself, liars onto your soul self. Because if you didn't get rid of that illusion, it didn't just go away. What happened is it's going to transform with your new concepts. It's going to infuse with your new concepts, and you're going to think that you got rid of something that you did not, and you did not successfully break that out of your soul's complexity. So as you carry on, you carry that with you. And so in this lifetime, and this is just how I've been seeing it, it's, see that lightning, it's a done deal. If you choose not to get this right now, then it's a done deal for the rest of this lifetime. It will be a miracle. And I mean a miracle, because a miracle just means a perfect outworking of the law. So it's going to take your full investment, a full turnaround, and a perfect outworking of the law, a true obedience to your spirit at every step of the way for you to undo that, if you don't take advantage of it right now. That's how I see that happening. So some people may be okay with that. Hey, I guess I'll try again next lifetime. But I'm speaking to those who really want to fulfill their spirit's mission that you chose to come and do in this lifetime, to the fullness that you can achieve, taking full advantage. I'm talking to those spirits, those really them highly evolved light warriors that want to take full advantage of their spiritual journey. Not just talking about it, because it takes a lot of discipline. For you, it's do or die. For those of us who see it that way, at least like myself, that's how it's like, look, get it or lose it. Which means for the rest of this lifetime, if you don't get this right now, you're going to have to come back again trying to fix this same thing that you did not get. Remember what I said earlier. Some of us chose to come and have this experience to get it now, to take advantage of all of this stuff that's happening right now, all of the changes in the earth. We came to be a part of it, not just to help push the earth, but to help push our soul, which in turn pushes the earth in its progression, right? Each one reach one, teach one also works between us and the earth, right? So it is something that we're wanting to engage in. My soul, my light warriors. This is very important. If you're not a light warrior and you're just a light worker, this may not be that important to you. And some people may be okay with just, hey, I don't get it right. That's okay, because some people really want to enjoy the comforts of their life. I am one of those that are willing to be uncomfortable. I'm willing to be uncomfortable in my flesh and in my skin, because ain't nothing more important to me than my spirit's blueprint and me fulfilling it to the most of my ability, to the best of my ability. Strict discipline, right? Bump the soul. That's how, not bump the soul, bump the soul, because the soul is very pivotal. The soul is attached to the body, right? The soul is the in-between, it's very pivotal. I'm talking about the spirit. I want to be aligned in full allegiance to my spirit, the precious cargo that is in the car. The soul is just a driver. I want to be like what you said, spirit. I'm like driving Miss Daisy with my spirit. What you said, spirit. That's all that matters. Who cares that I want to know a better route? No, no, no. Anyway, let me see what you all are saying, because I like to commune with you all. Right, the energies have been intense. Yes, they have, and for these reasons. And it's only as intense as we resist. Put it that way. I'm not even going to say as intense as you make it. It's as intense as you resist. So when it's really that intense, stop and ask yourself, okay, what am I resisting? See, sometimes we just not asking all the right questions. It's like, all right, spirit, what am I resisting? Because what you resist will persist. I'm just saying, right? My entire stimulation, reset Saturday. Is that stimulation? I really need my glasses. Hi, is that Kimberly? Hey, Kimberly, I just saw you there. Hey, Kimberly, another one of our family, Soul Tribe family, our community that has been together with us from, what was it, the end of 2022? The 5D community, those of us that have been putting in the 5D work. Fancy seeing you here. And you a hard-working one too. She be exfoliating. Thank you for passing through. Yes, no fear. No fear. We don't need any fear. Everything needs to be love-based. The problem is a lot of us are operating out of our fears, and that's why we need to find the patterns. Find what it is that you fear, especially in the flesh. Remove your ego attachments, because those fears are playing on lack, a mind state of lack. When you're in a mind state of lack, you're bound to have some fears. So it's this mind state of lack that is there, so and I got a call coming, like, I'm gonna call, I'll call you back. I'm with my live vibers right now. So I'm about to close out, but it's just to share that with us so that we see it's all in you. You want to be in the mind state of abundance. Everything I'm saying now is still never doom and gloom. Even though I'm like, man, it's still not doom and gloom. You can choose to be in the mind state of abundance in the face of all this adversity, in the face of all this intensity. You can choose to be in the mind state of abundance. Everything you have is there for you. Like I said, the gift, instead of fighting karma and going, ooh, it's the gift of karma. Let me unwrap what karma got for me. That's how you live in the mind state of abundance. When you're dealing with grief, and I'm not saying grief is going to be oh so happy. Grief is grief. It doesn't feel good. But when you get through it in the right way and you go through the 4 stages of grief and you come to the last stage. And for those who don't know, the 4 stages of grief are anger, denial, bargaining, and acceptance. When you get to acceptance and truly accept, then you can see the gift of grief. And then you could be like, ooh, thank you, gift of grief. Some of us, you don't even have to wait till you get to acceptance. You can look ahead and be inspired by understanding that there is a gift of grief when you get to acceptance. I may not be there yet, but just knowing that is inspiration and motivation to help you move through the stages a little bit quicker. So you're like, yes, I know I'm feeling this right now, but I know at the end of this rainbow, there's a pot of gold. Now, let me see how many of y'all get what I just said. I'm going to say it again. At the end of this rainbow is a pot of gold. And that is the glory of your soul. And for those who ain't get it yet, energy centers. Each one, all 7 colors of the rainbow. The rainbow is the promise, the energy centers. See, I ain't lying. The energy centers within you. That is the rainbow. The promise of the light codes inside of you. Those are your light codes, your energy center. So when you do that, at the end of that rainbow is a pot of gold. So make that be your rainbow. That means while you're going through whatever it is, your karma, your grief, whatever it is, go through your rainbow. Go through your energy centers. They are doorways into your consciousness. That's why I do the workshop, y'all. Get in the workshop. I might as well plug in right now. The next workshop is the next full moon. Full moon in Pisces. Is that the next one? The last one we had was Aquarius. Yes. Full moon in Pisces. Yeah, the opposite of Virgo right now. So the next one, look out for the flyer. I'll probably post it up sometime over the weekend or within the week. But the next, it's a 7-day workshop, and we go through our energy centers. Each day we're going through a chakra, an energy center, a doorway into your consciousness. That's what it's about. And we do that utilizing utilizing our energy centers as well as the celestials, the sun, the moon, and the stars, the angles of light, putting it all together so you can unlock the codes in your soul. These are some of the ways that helps you get through certain things, some of these intensities and things like that. But you'll be able to see, hey, energy center, boom, boom, boom. I got this. You got this. As somebody posted earlier, I forgot who said it. We got this. Light warriors, we got this. But you gotta wanna got this. You gotta have a fervor for it. And you gotta want by any means necessary. That means death to the ego, death to the flesh, death to the ego that is attached to the flesh. Let me say it that way. Ooh, you saw that light just... Right? Death to the ego that is attached to the flesh. Get your flesh out the way. Get your mind, your mental and emotional wiring that is attached to your flesh, which is all ego attachment. Get it completely out the way. That's crown chakra talk that I'm giving you right there. Ego attachment is the block of the crown. We want connectivity. Connectivity. When you're not blocking, then you are in total connectivity, total consciousness with everything in the universe, in the world, in the earth, in your soul. You become compliant with all energies, with all life, all people, all everything, the elementals. Get in touch with your elementals. Use your elements, because the elements are the directions. If you remember that video, the elements tell you which direction to go in. Right? Get in touch with all of your divinity. As someone said, the harmony of divinity, some harmony of divinity who was in here with us. Thank you for that. That name is a reminder. Get in tune with the harmonies of the divinity. Right? And then I will also touch base more on what I want to talk about more, and I won't do it here. We'll leave it there for now. I think we talked quite a bit. Right? And I see there are a little more of you that came in. Anyone that might have came in after I said hit the like button, please hit the like button so it can get, the message can get to other star seeds that need to hear it. Right? 16 people in here. Let me see if some of you probably already pressed it, so thank you. But anybody else that came in, press the like button. Like. I like you. I love you. We love each other. Right? Fasting did it for self. Ooh, is that fasting? Someone mentioned fasting. Please do that too. Yes, fasting helps. If you want to help to detach from certain things in the flesh, fasting does help. I do speak of that. Thank you for reminding me of that. That's another thing that you can do to get through this and take full advantage of this and really get into your higher self. Believe me, everybody who does it says that they feel it. And yes, it takes discipline at first. The first day is always the hardest. By the time you get to day 2 or 3, it's like easy peasy, all right? But you got to prepare your meals a certain way. So pick a type of fasting. I always say the main 3 things that'll help you remove yourself from any meats, sweets, or carbs, because then your body doesn't have to break those down. You give your body a break and allow more spirit to flow through, more light to flow through. So give yourself some time to take a break from those 3 things. It don't got to be forever. Just do it for a certain amount of time. Do it for a week. Do it for 7 days or 14 days. If you could do it for 14 days, awesome, great. 7 days, perfect. You know, you got a full week. If you can only do it for 5 days, if you can at least do it for 3 days to gain some clarity and perspective, then do that. Ashe, ashe, ashe. right? And the rain is starting to trickle on down. So it was really, really good in sharing this information with you. Please check your nodes. Those of you who may not heard what I said earlier, check your south node. If your south node is in Capricorn, then this Pluto dipping back at 29 degrees is really speaking to you, because your south node is where you're coming from. So it definitely is talking about your past life. And there definitely is a shakedown for your past life. And the chances are, if your south node is in Capricorn and you're fighting something very hard right now, and you're fighting a heavy revelation right now. You're getting a heavy revelation because it is to shake down something that you have been doing lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So this shakedown is working really intensely with you. It's intense for all of us, but specifically if your south node is in Capricorn, oh yeah, this is shaking down some past life bullshit. I'm just saying, I ain't playing. I gotta put it to you like truth, y'all. Y'all know I can only come with the truth, because the truth is a proof, and the truth is in the fruit. So let the fruition of your life tell you what's going on. Don't deny it. Don't hide from it. Apply your principles, right? Let me see what anybody else is saying. Any recommendations with herbs? Oh, I've heard burdock is good. Dandelion, burdock root. Herbs. I'm not strong on being, I'm gonna say that that's the next thing that's kind of picking up on me. I feel like that's the next divination coming up. I'm not the strongest herbalist. The herbs that I use is I use fever grass every day. Rosemary. Rosemary is also good for memory and recall and things like that. Um, what's another one? This one is exotic. It's only in the islands. I have some in my backyard, but that's because I found the exotic plant, and replanted them in my backyard, but they do not grow in the States like that. It's called Shamamaka. That's for all my yardies. Shamamaka, or shame old lady. Or in the Spanish culture, it's called dormito something, because it's like it sleeps. That's why they call it shame old lady, because when you touch the leaf, it closes up. So if you can look that up, that is an exotic herb. And I've even seen where some scientists are extracting that and putting that into one of their top things right now. So it is definitely, and for what I know, it's good for nerves and things like that. And nerves is for the crown chakra. So that's something you could put in your mixture. But burdock is also something that I feel like is very good. I believe that's really good for the root chakra as well. But I'll get more. I'm diving. I feel spirit pulling me into the herbs. So you are like confirmation, reminding me like hint, hint. Look at those herbs. So yeah, those are the ones that I do know of that I can share with you if I get anything else. And feel free to look them up, especially the ones that go with the chakras. There are herbs and essential oils for each energy center. So specifically more in line and inclined with activating those ones. So if you do see those, go in, just Google it, look it up, essential oils or herbs for this chakra, and it'll tell you which one is more inclined to that. And if you get in my workshop, we could go deeper. We could talk more about what's in your specific area, because that's what we do. We spend each day on that. So look out for that workshop. And I believe that's what I have on the shakedown from Pluto. Y'all get into this window. Please look back from March of 2023. Look at January of this year, and look at right now, and look at what we have in this window of opportunity. Allow yourself to get that gift of karma, the gift of grief, and all that is only here to help sharpen you and help you in your soul's unfoldment and your soul ascension, right? So with that said, thank you all of you that did I love my true ones. I can't even say real, because true is more real than real. So true recognizes truth. So I appreciate all of you for that. Any reminders? Yes, please. Those of you who I'm still waiting on 3 people with the calendars: Rhonda Calvin, I am, and Stacy Holder. Please send in your information. I'd like to get it out to you. Those of you Look out for the calendar information. It's not too late. You can still order your calendars. Look in the description. I have it there, as well as get the calendars at a corner near you. And please remember when you watch the videos to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare, so we can continue to spread the bandwidth of this light grid that we're working on to reach those who are on our journey. Ooh, 1414. I'm looking at the numbers 1414. Thank y'all. We had a match. We had an equilibrium together, which reminds me about the duality, the creative duality. There's a duality and it's very creative, and there's a harmony, right? The harmony of divinity in the creative activity. And we're going to talk about that at another time. Promise you we will, right? Light code promise that we will. So with that said, each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out. And be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, peace. This is peace. Love and light to you all. Thank you for coming through. Choo, choo, choo.